When I'm speaking, see here, there is nothing in my mind. No fear, no tension, no hesitations. And mind is not thinking, what if you make fumbles? What if you make mistakes? And mind is also not even thinking to get that 90 out of 90. When you come out of all these desires, trust me, mind will automatically perform in its best way possible. Let's try that out. Hey everybody, Nakul here from SKILLS PTE ACADEMIC. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome packed video on the PTE speaking 90 out of 90. What to prepare in the last 4 days of the PTE exam. Well, before we get into the video, if you're not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. We've shared a WhatsApp link in the description of this video. You can click on the link, send us a message. I'll be there, we will be there to help you guide in the right direction. Alright, without further delay, let's straight away get right into the video. So I have 4 days for my PTE exam. What should I do? I'm ready to put every effort that is required, but I need to hit that 90 out of 90. Well, if you belong to that category, then trust me, today's video will definitely give you complete insights on the exam preparation for the last 4 days as far as your PTE speaking is concerned. So the 4th day prior to your exam, the first thing that you need to do is check if your fluency is fine, and if not, you gotta work on it. Now, how do I check if my fluency is fine? Very simple. Take any random paragraph in the newspaper or take any read aloud paragraph, start reading. When you read, there should not be any fumble. Very soon, I'm gonna give you a formula to check your fluency, clarity, pitch, naturality in just a while, but this is the first thing. Make a checklist. Check for the fluency and work on it. The second thing is check if your clarity is fine. A lot of people speak and software won't understand what they speak. The best way to do it is not with a third-party application. You can use ChatGPT. In your phone you download, not in the website. In the phone when you download, there is the headphone symbol in the app in the phone of ChatGPT. You can click on that headphone symbol and start speaking. Whatever you speak, ChatGPT will convert automatically into the text. If it is able to convert 90 to 95% of your text, then most probably you don't have problem in your clarity. The third thing is to check if your pitch is fine and do the necessary changes. I'm going to give you a routine very shortly, but to check the pitch, list down these things. The first thing is Voice Pitch Analyzer. This is the app name if you're using an Android phone. Voice Tools if you're using an iPhone. Sometimes if you're using an old phone or OS, the old version of operating system, some of the applications like I mentioned may not pop up. You may have to try a different phone and do it, but don't use any other application. These two applications are the one that decide. And if you are a male candidate, I would need the pitch to be more than 130, if possible 140 to 150. If you are a female candidate, I would want it more than 200. The fourth thing is check if naturality is fine and do the necessary changes. Naturality meaning whatever you speak, or you're speaking in a way that you would often converse with your friend. Hey buddy, want to have a coffee with me? Market research is a vital part of the planning. If you're doing this or not is what you gotta check. Maybe you can use your friend. You can just speak one read aloud and ask your friend if you are speaking naturally or not. These 4 components very, very important. First thing is check your fluency is fine. Second thing is check if your clarity is fine. Third thing is your pitch. Fourth thing is your naturality. This is what you need to identify at the very beginning. If you decide, okay, 4 days is what my exam is in, then this is the first thing that you got to do. The second thing is to prepare a checklist. I'm going to give you the checklist of entire modules of PTE speaking. Take a screenshot of it so you can refer to it whenever required. Read aloud. There should not be any fumble. Skip the difficult words if required. There should be very natural speed. You should not speak fast. You should not speak slow. You should not speak with any intonation. There should not be any pitch issue. And have your naturality, because naturality is the one thing that matters the most. So if you talk about repeat sentence, the checklist goes something like this. 50 to 60% of the audio content should be matched, and this content should be at the very beginning, not the second half. There should not be pitch issue. The clarity should be very clear. We call it crisp clarity because this is the one that helps software understand what you speak. There should not be any fumble, absolutely, and there should not be any pauses. The third is describe image. For describe image, it is the same as the read aloud, like I just told you. No fumble, skip difficult words if needed. Natural speed, no fast, no slow, no intonation, no pitch issue. Naturality should be there. Along with that, the keywords are of no importance. Whether you give or not, it is not going to make any difference. And then if possible, speak between 20 to 25 seconds should be more than enough. Don't speak more than 25 seconds in describe image. Fourth is retell lecture. The checklist is use phrases and not keywords. A phrase is a small small sentence having 4 to 5 words. The rest of it is the same as the read aloud. 25 to 30 seconds is more than enough. Don't speak more than that. I really hope the checklist is all clear. Maybe you can just take a screenshot of it. Everything that is required is already there. Now you know the things. Now 4th day is done. 3 days towards your exam. The 3rd day, 2nd day, and the last day. What you should be doing. Let me just unveil. 3 days to go. The first thing is memorize the templates. For your PTE speaking, the modules that have template is describe, image, and retell lecture. You can check the description of this video. We left document link. You can download the template and memorize it. Now when it comes to memorization, see, memorizing is a very easy technique. The technique is called rote learning. National anthem of your country, you never memorized. But even today, we're not speaking it on an everyday basis, but even today, it's just right in your mouth, in your tongue. Why is that? So because every day once in your school assembly, you spoke this also. You tried to memorize, you won't be able to memorize. You just speak the templates. Every day, 3 or 4 times. Morning once, afternoon once, evening once, night once. That's it. In 3 days, it will be in your mouth in a way that it will never go out. That's the strategy behind memorization. So you just have to memorize all the templates 5 times a day, starting from 3rd day, 2nd day, and the last day. Remember this. The second thing that you got to do when you have exam in the next 3 days is to go through the checklist. Your mind should know the strategies, tips and tricks for read aloud, repeat sentence, describe image, retell lecture, whatever I just showed. Just glance it once. It should not take more than 1 minute to do that. The third thing that you should do when you have your exam in the next 3 days is, of course, practice. Now, what to practice? I would recommend 5 read aloud, 5 minutes of repeat sentence, describe image template 5 times you practice, and 2 retell lecture. This is very, very important. How to do it? Let me just show you. I know this will make the video a bit lengthy because I'm going to show you 5 read aloud, 5 repeat sentence, 5 describe image, and some 2 retell lecture. It's still fine if it is going very lengthy, but trust me, this will help you. I myself will do all these things in just a while. Wait for it. So now I have some read alouds in front of me, 5 read alouds. I'm going to start with the very first read aloud. So this is the text that I'm talking about. Now I'll just prepare for this in the time that I have. Say don't use 30 seconds preparation time, the one that you get in the exam. Within 15-20 seconds you should become ready, so that in the exam you feel like you have more time, so that you become more comfortable. So if this is the read aloud, how do I do my preparation? Turkey is a country that straddles, I'm not supposed to fumble, 2 continents, Europe and Asia. It is known for its rich history, which includes the legacy of the ancient Greeks, Romans and Byzantines. I'm not sure what it is. Should I skip it? I think Byzantines I can speak. I'll continue. As well as the Ottoman Empire. Istanbul, Turkey's largest city, is famous for its historical landmarks such as Hagia or Hagia, I don't know. Hagia, let's say Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque. Well, this is what it is. So I'm going to start my read aloud. Turkey is a country that straddles 2 continents, Europe and Asia. It is known for its rich history, which includes the legacy of the ancient Greeks, Romans and Byzantines, as well as the Ottoman Empire. Istanbul, Turkey's largest city, is famous for its historical landmarks such as Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque. Well, this is the way to do. Did I fumble? No. Was I going really fast? No. Was there any hesitations? Was there any intonations? Was I rushing? No, I'm just going at a very comfortable speed. Absolutely no fumble. This is the way you should be reading it in the exam. This is the way you should be practicing it. If you're not able to do this, the problem 1 could be you're fearing some of the difficult words. The problem 2 could be your reading skills. If you work on your reading skills, automatically you're going to do it. The problem 3 is this. This is not supporting you to go, effortlessly, fluently. Why? Because it is focusing more on the content. Focus less on the content. Even if you skip a word, it's fine. Even if you add some other word, little bit here and there, it's fine. Even if you misinterpret one of the words, 2 of the words, it's totally fine. Don't skip all the words, 1 or 2 words, it's absolutely fine. But what makes the difference is your fluency. And what is fluency? You have to speak the way I just did. Let's move on to the second read aloud. Here we start. Space exploration has been one of humanity's most ambitious endeavors. Since the launch of Sputnik in 1957, space agencies around the world have made remarkable strides, improvements, in understanding our universe. Missions to the Mars, mission to the Moon, Mars rovers and Hubble Space Telescope have provided valuable insights into space phenomena. I think it's a simple one. Where I may go wrong, Sputnik, the word, endeavors. Rest all the words are easy. I'm going to start speaking now. When I'm speaking, see here, there is nothing in my mind. No fear, no tension, no hesitations. And mind is not thinking, what if you make fumbles? What if you make mistakes? And mind is also not even thinking to get that 90 out of 90. When you come out of all these desires, trust me, mind will automatically perform in its best way possible. Let's try that out. Space exploration has been one of humanity's most ambitious endeavors. Since the launch of Sputnik in 1957, space agencies around the world have made remarkable strides in understanding our universe. Missions to the Moon, Mars rovers, and the Hubble Space Telescope have provided valuable insights into space phenomena. Look at it, see, like I told you when I'm speaking, I'm not even thinking that I should get 90. I'm not even thinking, what if I get 40? Nothing in the mind, it's just one thing. I have been given a task and I should just read. You enjoy doing it, man. See the difference, see the difference. We go to the third one. Here you go. Climate change refers to significant alterations in global temperatures and weather patterns over time. It's largely driven by human activities such as burning of fossil fuels and deforestation, which increase the concentration of greenhouse gas in the atmosphere. It's a very straightforward, simple one. I'm going to start. Climate change refers to significant alterations in global temperatures and weather patterns over time. It is largely driven by human activities such as the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation, which increase the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. So this is the way to speak. I'm just going comfortably, and question by question I'm gaining more confidence. We go to the fourth one. Here you go. Ancient civilizations like Egypt, Mesopotamia, Mesopotamia, very simple. And the Indus Valley have left a lasting impact on modern society. These early societies made significant contributions in field writing, architecture, governance, Mesopotamia. I think I'm fine. I'm just, see, there is nothing like a perfect pronunciation. Whatever you are comfortable with, you speak comfortably. Don't have a thought in the mind, what if this pronunciation is wrong? Most probably you will speak completely wrong. Remember this, just go in a flow like this. Ancient civilizations like Egypt, Mesopotamia, and the Indus Valley have left a lasting impact on modern society. These early societies made significant contributions in fields such as writing, architecture, and governance. One thing, if you observe, there's a word called fields over there in the last but one line. I did not speak fields. I was just going naturally. It's okay, software understands it as field. What is the problem? No problem. You just speak naturally how you do it, it will understand. Contributions in fields such as fields not required. You do fields, marks gone. Remember the last one, here you go. Artificial intelligence refers to simulation of human intelligence in machines designed to perform tasks that typically require human cognition. You also can practice along with me. This technology has applications across various fields, including healthcare, finance, and transportation. Simple one, let's start. Artificial intelligence refers to the simulation of the human intelligence in machines designed to perform tasks that typically require human cognition. This technology has applications across various fields, including healthcare, finance, and transportation. There was a little bit of fumbling. One fumbling, will I really get 65 because of this? No, you still will get 90. One fumble you did, no problem, but make sure you just erase it out and start fresh for the next question. I made a fumble, but I continued as if I did not make a mistake. All these small things will not make huge difference. Remember this. So now we will practice 5 minutes of repeat sentence. I'm going to do some 10-15 questions. Just observe how I do it, how I handle the pressure, how much time I take, how much time I wait, what is the strategy, each and everything. Remember again, it's first 50-60%. If you're able to give first 50-60%, more than enough. But if you can give full, that's also more than enough. But fluency matters the most. So let's see how my fluency would be for this 10-15 questions that I'm going to just show. Let's start.
This year, Nobel Peace Prize winner is chosen from Finland.
3, 2, 1. This year, Nobel Peace Prize winner is chosen from Finland or whatever. I don't care, even if I speak that correctly, it's totally fine. But did I fumble? No. First 60-70% was precisely matching. I'm going to get full marks. Let's start the next one.
America is the richest country among the few other nations.
Simple one. America is the richest country among the few other nations. Try to maintain the same tempo, the same speed as the speaker. And make sure to speak after you see, The
delusion of being watched is very common these days.
3, I have to wait now, I have to wait. The delusion of being watched is very common these days. Speaking immediately is very easy. was about to say this. You have to speak after some 1 or 2 seconds. It may not be 3 seconds in the exam. It could be 2 seconds or 1 second. You got to watch. Only when you see a recording, you got to start. Remember this. When you practice, you do this.
Never try to defend your mistakes without evidence.
Simple ones. Never try to defend your mistakes without evidence. I think most of the audios I'm very comfortable. I think there are some difficult ones. Let's wait.
If you take a diversion, make sure you drive slow.
If you take a diversion, make sure you drive slow. Make sure you speak also slow. You don't have to rush for this.
To be happy, one needs to find peace and love everybody.
To be happy, one needs to find peace and love. I listened only whatever is in my limits. I did not listen even the complete one. Next audio.
This blue car you are driving was involved in a car accident last week.
Last week, let's remove. This blue car you're driving was involved in a car accident. Everything is precise so far.
Something that is falsely believed or propagated will fade away very soon.
Something that is falsely believed or propagated fade away. The last part I was not clear. First part I made sure I recite multiple times in the mind. The something that is falsely believed or propagated will fade. Something I told precisely for 60-70% matching.
The transportation rules for this vehicle seems to be very strict.
The transportation rules for the vehicle seems to be very strict. Pinpoint, everything is precise, fluency is perfect, clarity is perfect, naturality is also there, speed is also perfect. We'll go to the last one.
Excuse me. I want you to step away so that I can move forward.
Excuse me, I want you to step away so that I can forward. I want you to step away, or I want to step away. Anything you speak, but don't fumble. I think we can take one more.
In this modern world, finding a job is as easy as obtaining a cheap smartphone.
In this modern world, finding a job is as easy as phone. So if you observe, I'm not taking extra stress, pressure for those content, but I'm taking that pressure to work on my fluency. Hope you're getting it throughout. I was not, to the point with respect to content. 100% I never gave, probably 1 or 2 audios I did. Rest of it, I was trying to somehow finish 70-80%, but if you observe, I did not fumble. I focused on this because this is what is required for the software. You fumble and give everything correctly. Speaking, you will lose 1 repeat sentence, 3 marks. Listening, you will lose 1 repeat sentence, 3 marks. All 10 you do like this, 30 marks for speaking, 30 marks for listening. Shiva Shiva. Go on case. Hope you are getting it. So we finished repeat sentence. Now we will just practice describe image. This is the template that I was talking about. I've shared in many videos. So you just have to practice this without any image, or you have an image, add keywords. It's up to you. The given image represents beautiful image. If I say represents beautiful image, grammatically wrong. I should say represents a beautiful image. It doesn't matter for speaking. All this grammar and all will work, or needed only for your writing, reading and listening. For speaking, not required. If you want, you can add a beautiful image. There must have been a popular debate about the information present in the image, whether it is true or false. However, the information given for keyword on keyword 2 appears to be true. From the image, it is clear the topic given is not very common, and hence it needs a lot of research to calculate the maximum and the minimum for keyword 3 and keyword 4. In conclusion, the given image includes a lot of complicated data and analysis with all sufficient data. What matters here is not the keywords, it's your speech. If your pitch issue, if your fluency has problems, clarity has problems, naturality has problems, then you don't get marks. Template will not give anything. Template will get to the flow. At the end of the day, when you speak, you have to speak considering the requirements of PTE. The way I spoke in the read aloud, the same way I speak even in describe image. Content you give whatever you want. But 90% of the people focus on the content. That's how our mind works. If I give this particular keyword, I'll get more marks. No, it will not work that way at all. What gives you mark is the fluency, clarity, naturality, pitch problems should not be there. No rushing. Just the way whatever I told for read aloud, same thing. Just speak this for 5-6 times. Hardly takes you some 1.5 minute or 2 minutes. Do this 5-6 times. 2 minutes of your time is what I'm asking. Starting from the 4th day of your exam, 3rd day, 2nd day, last day. Probably 20 times you do this. Just speak. Don't have anything in the mind. It will automatically get registered. The more you speak, the better it gets registered over here. You will not have that fear of forgetting things. Trust me on this. Now we will quickly move on to the retail lecture. So retail lecture, now I'll show you how I practice 2 retail lectures. I've taken 2 audios. Let me just show you back to back. This is the template. The lecture gives the important key points and the relevant information about. In the beginning, the speaker explained about. Later, speaker mentioned about the importance of something of this. You have any template, you do it, but you are to write phrases. Putting keyword, comma may not fetch you a very good score for your listening. So let me just show you with it.
I like the word aspiration. And aspiration is something that's very important to a lot of people. The noun aspiration, aspiration, means a want to achieve. And there's a verb to aspire. So we would say that you aspire to certain things. So you use it with the preposition to. Aspiration and the verb to aspire both concern your hopes of achievement and success. In your life, you might aspire to own a nice house, a nice car, or perhaps you aspire to success in your career, or both. You may also aspire academically. That means in your studies. And if you aspire and have aspiration, you probably care quite a lot what other people think of you. So you don't need to be a genius to suffer from imposter syndrome. But actually, high achievers like PhD students often feel unworthy of their success, as though they don't deserve it, in other words. So what do we mean by the phrase imposter syndrome? Well, the word syndrome, syndrome, just means a condition, a state of being. And the word imposter on its own, that's IMPOSTER.
Difficult audio.
Well, an imposter is somebody who is pretending to be something that they are not.
So this is what I wrote with a lot of difficulty. I'll little increase the font for you all. So now the first half is done. I'm gonna speak. The moment I finish, only 10 seconds I will give myself, but I've written everything so perfect. I'm now just gonna speak. Remember, when I speak or when you speak, don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about the end of the template. Is it fitting the start of the lines that you have written grammatically, logically? No. Whatever is written, just read like this. The lecture gives the important key points and the relevant information about. I like the word aspiration. In the beginning, the speaker explained about the noun aspiration means wants to achieve. Later, speaker mentioned about the importance of in your life we might aspire to success or car. Here the speaker was ideally pointing at the fact that so you don't need to be genius from syndrome as per academically or study. In conclusion, the speaker gives the important key points about the word syndrome means a condition or state of being. This is the way you have to speak. When you speak, don't try to make sense. Don't try to understand what you're speaking. Whatever is written, just read. You do this, you get the marks. People don't do this. They try to interpret the meaning because they have written something wrong. They try to correct it, correct the grammar. In doing so, full gone case. Fluency, don't make this mistake. Now we're gonna take up the second one. So now I'm gonna play a very short audio. In such cases, what has to be done? Let's check it out.
When you weren't one and you treated patients, that would make you an imposter. So an imposter is a person doing a job or playing a role that they're not qualified or experienced to do. They're pretending, in other words. But I'm saying lots of us suffer from imposter syndrome. This is different. It doesn't mean we go around pretending. Imposter syndrome would mean actually being a qualified doctor, but still not feeling good enough to be a doctor. Not feeling as though you deserve to be in that role, even though you've earned that right and you've done well in medical school. Does this kind of thing sound familiar at all to you? People who have imposter syndrome doubt themselves. That's D-O-U-B-T. They doubt their own value and whether they really should be in a certain position of responsibility, even though they're capable and they deserve that position. That set of thoughts is imposter syndrome.
Deserve that position. It was difficult. I try to manage whatever I can. So now let's do it. Let's just speak whatever I've written. Let's not try to make sense. But yes, I've written correctly everything grammatically. But let's say if I have not written this, they are, or I have not written. Actually, being a qualified doctor and feeling I have not written. People who have this syndrome doubt themselves, that position. Let's say I've written like this. Now just observe how I do it. I'll just end up speaking. As if I don't care what it is, I just speak because fluency is the one that decides the scores. The lecture gives the important key points and the relevant information about you treated patient that will make you imposter. In the beginning, the speaker explained about they're not qualified and pretending, in other words, actually being a qualified doctor and a doctor. Later, speaker mentioned about the importance of even though you earned it. Here, the speaker was ideally pointing at the fact that people who have this syndrome doubt themselves. In conclusion, speaker gives the important key points about that position. Just to speak, trust me, you will get the marks. What software wants is some of the words that needs to be matched. It doesn't need a logically correct one all the time. One or two words you mess up like this, absolutely fine. What is more important is your fluency, the rhythm that I'm talking about, right? This is what important. You give this, you're gonna get more scores. 2 days to go. Fourth day, what we should do, we found out. Third day for the exam, what we should do, we found out. Now second day, meaning only 2 days are left for your exam. The first thing that you got to do is to prepare a positive mindset. Positive mental model is the base of everything. It gives you confidence, it gives you energy, it gives you enthusiasm, interest, and lot many stuff. So this is what you need to fill into your mind, that be positive, stay positive, no matter what happens. Even if I get 0, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna stay positive. With this positivity, you're gonna do wonders. So next, how to just build this positive mental model is very simple. You're gonna list out all the problems that you have. In a way that you listed all the problems, now you're very sure that there are no problems left. Hope you're getting it. So this is what you need to do. List the problems that you have with respect to the PTE speaking. For example, I fear read aloud. I have this nervousness issue. Repeat sentence first half, I never usually get it. Describe image, I forget the template. Little lecture, I always fumble. So something of this, write down the problems. You would know, your subconscious definitely knows. This is the problem that I had, I've written it. Whatever the problems you have, you note it down and just read it. Your mind would know these are the things that needs to be fixed. This way you become more positive, thinking that all the problems have been listed. I just have to work on this. Now you have the method, you have a solution. Your mind tends to automatically become positive with this particular approach. So after this, you have to just go through the checklist. The checklist that I asked you to take a screenshot and then practice, 10 read alouds, 10 minutes or 5 minutes of repeat sentence. 5 describe image, meaning speak the template 5 times, and then 2 read a lecture. So this is the routine that you have to do, and post this if at all you have pitch issue. If you're a male candidate, less than 120, less than 130 is your pitch. Female candidate, less than 200 is your pitch. Then 10-15 minutes separately you give to work on this pitch. Thin the tone, sharpen the tone, something like market research. Try doing it, thinning it, all this dedicatedly needs some 10-15 minutes of your time on an everyday basis. So 1 day to go now. The next day you have exam. The previous day, what I should be doing. Same thing, go through the checklist and then practice some 10 read alouds, 10 minutes of repeat sentence, describe image, written lecture, to pitch issue separately for 10 minutes. Apart from that, there are some good things that you got to do. First thing is to visualize good things. When you visualize good things, trust me, magical things automatically happen. See that 90 in your speaking. The subconscious should believe that tomorrow you're going to get that 90. Trust me, subconscious will automatically help you perform in a much better way. The third thing is wish that you don't fumble in speaking. This is the first thing that people have to have in the mind. I will not fumble. I definitely wish I don't fumble. When you have such a thought, trust me, the entire universe conspires against someone and favors you. You will not fumble. All these are proven, man. You just try doing it. Don't think, this is some bullshit. It will definitely work. The fourth thing is to erase all those bad memories that you had in your exam. Let's say previously you gave exam, got 45 overall. That would start troubling you a lot. That would not let you live your life happily. That would not let you smile in the examination hall because you've already seen the failure. You've already tasted it. You're going to erase all these things. If at all you had some bad moments in your exam, in the score report, multiple times, doesn't matter, erase it. Or at least tell your mind that I'm gonna erase, at least speak this, trust me, it works magically. The fifth is to erase all those low scores. I think fifth is not required. So after doing all these things, trust me, if your exam is tomorrow, the next day, you will be really energized. You have practiced a lot, you have poured in positive thoughts, you have taken out all the negativity. You would be in a very perfect state to give the exam the next day and see that whopping 90 out of 90. I think that's all for today. I really hope this video was informative. If you believe the same, like, share and subscribe and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. If you want more videos like this, do leave comments in the comment section. We would definitely do the needful. With this, I'll park the video here. This is Nakul, Nakul signing off from Skills PTE. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks much.